And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. What's up? This is episode 9 of the podcast.
Oh, it's
And
just
once
nine?
again, surprisingly, it's just 9.
I feel like I've been doing like 20 already.
No, it just feels longer than it actually is. But we've actually only recorded 9 episodes so far, if you can believe that.
Yeah, well,
I know, it feels a lot longer, but that's most likely just due to the fact that we went many weeks sometimes where we just didn't record one.
yeah, and also the fact that like some of the podcasts are huge in like size and stuff. Like 3 hours.
Exactly. So they feel a lot longer than they actually are.
Yeah.
All right. Well, before we jump into the gaming news, how was your week, Ramon? How have you been?
Pretty uneventful. I just started playing Xenoblade again. Yeah.
Getting ready for Xenoblade 2?
Yeah, I'm getting ready for Xenoblade 2. It's a good game still. It's still my favorite game of all time, so yeah.
Still need to play it.
Well, there's always isn't it on the eShop? Like I'm pretty sure
it is on the Wii U eShop, but the problem is my Wii U is in a box in the basement. So
Oh yeah, do you still have your 3DS? Because you can always get the Xenoblade 3DS.
I could do that.
It's probably better to do that actually because the game.
You think so?
Because like JRPGs are more better suited for handheld stuff. I feel, and since you can save anywhere, right?
That's only available for new 3DS, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem. I don't have a new 3DS.
Oh
that's
shit!
the problem.
Yeah.
And I'm not about to go buy one just for Xenoblade. I mean, I don't condone piracy, but I'm about to say this. I could always emulate it.
Yeah, you could always emulate it and probably get like better looking visuals.
Yeah, I could probably just do it on Dolphin.
Yeah, more anti-aliasing than none at all.
And then again, you also still need to play Xenoblade Chronicles X, don't you?
Huh?
Don't you still need to play Xenoblade Chronicles X?
Well, have I told the viewers about my story with Xenoblade X and how I got ripped off?
I don't recall, so go ahead.
Okay. Let me tell you guys the story. Story time with Ramon here.
Here it goes.
So a few weeks ago, when we went to Anime North, I saw a cheap copy of Xenoblade X, and by cheap I mean for $50 instead of $70. So I'm like, hey, this is $20 off here in the Canadian price. So I'm like, I might get it, and I got it, and it doesn't work.
That's the worst.
And it was on the last day too, so I couldn't go back and like shout out the guy who sold me it.
Do you think he knew? Because if he knew,
I
that's
don't
a
actually
scumbag
know,
move.
because like I looked at the disc and it looks fine. There's like no scratches on it, at least none that I can see, but it just doesn't work.
Huh? Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
It's a really weird situation because like I keep getting like a disc reading error, and then I don't know why. So I polished it with water like multiple times and it still didn't work.
That's strange.
It's really weird because my copy of Arkham City that I have like is way more messed up. There's like scratches everywhere, but it works completely fine.
I'm gonna give the guy the benefit of the doubt and say he didn't intend to fuck you over.
I don't know, man. I'm still a bit salty at him.
I can imagine why, but hey, you know what? If you still want a copy of Xenoblade X, I don't mind giving you my copy because I'll be honest, I am not gonna play that game again.
Well,
and I
you're
don't
a
mind giving you
lifesaver,
my
man.
copy.
You're a lifesaver.
I don't mind giving you my copy. I really don't. Because I tried to get into that game, but I after a certain point, I just gave up. I just couldn't do it.
I guess it's because like the fact that it relies so heavily on you knowing the first game so well, like the combat and stuff. So
I mean, I enjoyed the combat for the most part, but there was just there was just something about it that I just didn't like. Like maybe I won't have that problem with the first Xenoblade Chronicles X because I heard a lot of people have been saying that Xenoblade Chronicles X is a lot different than Xenoblade Chronicles.
Yeah, it's mainly like less story focused, but yeah.
So maybe I might get something better out of Xenoblade like 1 rather than X, but so far I just didn't care for X.
I think it might be open world fatigue.
It maybe
because I'm getting that too. Where like I was playing New Vegas recently, and like I just can't get into it that much because like I'll say that the writing in New Vegas is really, really good, and like the quest design most of the time is pretty good. But then when you get quests that have you go all over the world, right, to get a bunch of crap and then bring it back to a different place, that's when I just don't like it. Like at its best, it's when you're in like a town, you're doing like talking to people, but at its worst, it's going all over the world looking for specific things.
I see.
And like that's a shame too, because like the game's actually really good. But aside from that.
Well, hopefully in my case, I enjoy Xenoblade Chronicles 1 more. And if I do go the emulation route, at the very least, even if I don't like it, it's not like I'm really losing anything. So.
Yeah.
But it was anything else interesting in your week?
Aside from that, like, it's gonna be Eid tomorrow, so I'm gonna not be fasting anymore. But aside from that, nothing really.
As for my week, I finally beat Breath of the Wild. I made a post about it on the Discord, but I finally beat Breath of the Wild.
How did you like it?
Fantastic game. I would honestly say my favorite Zelda game.
Would you really say that though? Are you sure that's Zelda Cycle? Are you sure that's not the Zelda Cycle talking?
I'm being 100% honest. Like, I still love Majora's Mask. I still love Wind Waker. Still love Twilight Princess. But I would categorize this as so far my favorite Zelda game.
For me, right?
I just really just enjoy playing through that game.
Well, that's I wouldn't debate that,
yeah,
but like
you never know. It might be the Zelda cycle talking, and I might hate the game like next year.
Yeah, because like I'm pretty sure that's how a lot of people felt after Skyward Sword as well.
But like as of right now, I could say favorite Zelda game next to Majora's Mask and Wind Waker. And as for the rest of my week, besides beating Zelda, because of the fact that I actually beat Zelda, I finally got back into playing Nier.
Automata?
Still. Yeah, Automata.
Okay, because I was thinking you were playing the original Nier for a minute.
No. I don't have a PS3, so I wouldn't be able to play that. But
make sure you play the Western version of Nier if you're going to play it. Then
is there a difference?
Oh, there's actually a huge difference. The main character is different.
Oh, really?
It's the same main character, except in the Japanese version, he's like a teenager, but in the American version, he's an old man.
Why was that change necessary?
It's because the relationship between the main characters, right? There's a girl and there's a boy in both versions, right? In the first Japanese version, they're siblings, but in the American version, it's his daughter. It's really weird.
That is really weird. But
it's the weirdest localization thing I've ever seen, but like yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, still playing through that. Game's still fantastic as always, but I've heard from many people saying that's a really big game, so that's gonna take me a while. And,
yeah.
Oh boy.
It's an RPG, yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm enjoying the game so far. So, only thing that's kind of bugging me is that I am not a side quest person in video games. Like, I really don't care to do side quests very often unless it gets me something really good.
Oh man, you would hate MMOs, wouldn't you?
And this game is chock full of that kind of shit.
Are they at least good side quests?
From the few that I have done, they vary wildly. So I'm not going to give a definitive answer on that because some of them are okay. Some of them are really not that great, so I'll hold judgment on that for now. But I'm just, the way I'm playing it, I'm just going as best as I can to just go through the story and, like, ignoring side quests that are too strenuous and just playing the game that way.
Combat's good, though, right? It's platinum.
Oh, yeah, the combat's fantastic. Yeah, it's platinum. It's still not DMC or Bayonetta. Don't get that confused. It's not.
It's an RPG still, but
you can definitely feel the platinum influence compared to the first Nier. That's for sure. And what else have I been doing with my week? Oh yeah, I began playing through Crash Bandicoot 2 again. I don't know if it's because I'm hyped for the Insane trilogy, but I've just had an urge to go back and play those games, and those games are just as great as I remember them being.
I have very limited experience with Crash, right? I'm more of a Spyro guy myself.
I was the opposite. I was more of a Crash Bandicoot person than Spyro. Like, I still enjoyed Spyro, but I played more Crash Bandicoot than I did Spyro.
Whenever I was a kid, I was like, oh, what's a Bandicoot? I know what a dragon is, but I don't know what a Bandicoot is, so that's why I didn't like Crash.
The thing is, when I was younger, I actually knew what a Bandicoot was.
I didn't even know what it was.
Most people honestly thought it was a made-up animal, but it's real. It's in Australia.
Well, that's why I probably don't know it.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm, like I said, just as great as I remember it from my childhood, and I'm going to be plowing through that. Probably going to be playing some more of it after the podcast, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, to go off topic, though, Insane Trilogy looks really good.
Oh, yes, but I know a lot of people were complaining about the fact that it's 30 FPS and not 60.
Well, yeah.
I understand the complaint, but like considering the original games ran at 30, like as long as the 30 is like locked 30 with like no dips, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be smoother than the original game. So to be honest,
yeah, because the original game still does have some problems with it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure most games back then didn't run at 30 like consistently.
Yeah, no, they were like 30 with dips.
Like I know FF7 ran at like 20 sometimes.
I think actually when you're in battle, it ran at 15 frames per second.
Wait, what?
I think so. Because I remember I had the Steam FPS tracker on, and I believe when you're in battle, it runs at like 15 frames a second.
Are you sure that's not your PC?
No, dude, I know my PC can handle FF7. Come on now. I know for a damn fact that I can handle FF7.
You can handle Crisis, but not FF7.
Then something's wrong with your rig.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much the end of my week.
Wait, I also have to say one more thing.
yeah?
I play a bit more of Andromeda. The thing is, I'm very like mixed on Mass Effect Andromeda because like I think there's a lot of really good potential in there. Like I think there's a really good game buried under there. The combat is really really fun, and like some of the ideas in the story are really good. Just that like it's very flawed. It just doesn't deliver in the ways it could have. You know.
I see.
So
I've still yet to play through any of the Mass Effect games, so.
Play 1 to 3 and then play Andromeda. Just like yeah.
Well, yeah, I'd be playing them in order, yeah.
Just remember that 1 is very rough to say the least. Like.
Well, I would figure that because it's the first in the trilogy, so.
Yeah, dice roll shooting is not very fun.
So if we're all done with our weeks and everything's wrapped up, let's move into the news. So let's start off with the major thing of this time period. The Steam Summer Sale has officially begun, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, the Summer Sale.
Boy, do I wish I had. And boy, do I wish I had money.
Yeah, that's me right now as well.
Cause I saw a lot of great deals. I saw Hollow Knight for I think it was $6.89 or something like that, and I really want to get on that because I heard good things about it.
Honestly, right now I'm just desperately selling my Steam trading cards just in order to get like $1 so I can buy Hitman Blood Money.
Do people actually pay for those?
Yeah, I actually was able to get a good amount of money, like $3, like when I sold them a few years ago.
Why do people pay for those?
Because I really don't know, actually. I have no idea why people pay for them, but if I'm getting free money from them, so be it.
Like, that's a legitimate question. Why do people pay for that? Like, I don't get it.
I think it's related to, like, badge crafting and stuff, but I don't really care about that sort of stuff, so yeah.
I got nothing to say to that. But... yeah, if you got the money to spend and you're looking for some deals, get on that because, Steam sale is always a good thing.
It's just that, like, the amount that's being saved is, like, less than usual, I feel. Like, the deals are a lot worse.
Yeah, but, what can you do?
You know what they say, 50 is the new 75.
Indeed it is. Especially if you live in Canada.
Oh, in Canada, it's even worse in Canada, man. Like, $80 games? Come on, seriously?
Speaking of $80 games, have you seen the placeholder quote-unquote prices that Nintendo has put up for certain titles such as Super Mario Odyssey and Pokémon Tournament?
Is it $90?
It's $99.
Wait, what? Or is this like special editions or something, or just regular?
No, this is the regular edition of the game.
What the...
Now, as Nintendo and like stores are saying, they're saying it's a placeholder price. However, nobody really knows for sure if it's really just a placeholder or if it's Nintendo trying to slip through the back saying, well, I mean, your dollar sucks, so you might as well.
Yeah, you might as well pay
I mean,
20
we are
extra
Nintendo.
bucks.
We are Nintendo after all.
Yeah, this is the price for being in Canada.
Please, I'd really hope to God that this is actually just a placeholder and this isn't them trying to fuck us over. Because if they really are, then I don't know when in the fuck I'm going to be buying Mario Odyssey. That's for damn sure.
Nintendo's ransoming us for maple syrup.
You can have all the fucking maple syrup you want if I can get my games cheaper.
Yeah, you can have all the maple syrup and beavers you want.
I don't give a slight fuck in that regard.
I would trade all the beavers in the world for a copy of Mario Odyssey and Xenoblade 2.
Okay, now I don't know about that. I mean, beavers are pretty cool.
No, man, beavers are ugly little shits, you know?
I mean, they are ugly,
their teeth, man?
I mean, they are ugly, but they're kind of cool.
They may be the national animal, but I don't really care. They're only on.
We got like 3 national animals.
Hey, but the geese are way cooler. Okay, geese are actually tough.
But geese will fuck you up. Yeah.
I know, that's why they're cooler.
You don't know how scary it is to be walking back. I know we're supposed to get into gaming news, but you don't know how fucking scary it is to be walking home from school. You're on the sidewalk, and then you just see a flock of geese just on the lawn, and you're just like, I need to cross right now.
Hey man, you know where at my university, right? There's just geese everywhere. Like you're walking between classes and geese start chasing you. It's like it's like the scene in Indiana Jones when you're running from the boulder, except you're running from geese.
Except you're running from a flock of geese. Oh, and what's even worse, the geese around my college is the fact that they just had their babies. So you have a bunch of little baby goose running around, or geese running around. And because of that fact, the parents are even more aggressive because they're trying to protect their children. So you just have people being chased down by angry fucking parent geese.
Hey man, geese are nature's natural predator to humans.
Yeah, they'll fuck us up. They're the ones who hunt us. But yeah, I don't know how we got to geese from Steam sales, but yeah, Steam sales are a thing. Get it while it's hot. Save some money. Enjoy your games.
Yeah, get King of Fighters so you can play as geese.
Yeah. Now, on to the next thing. DB's Dragon Ball FighterZ, despite not showing any screenshots, I don't believe, they've confirmed that Trunks, to no surprise, is being added into the roster.
Is he still gonna job compared to Goku?
Well, I mean, in this case, you would be the one who's controlling his jobbing power, not because you're playing as himself.
So now I am the jobber instead.
So yeah, now you're the jobber in this situation.
Yeah, TPC Fighter is looking really good. Like, I gotta say. I'm not really a fighting game guy, but it looks really good. It's the DBZ game we need.
I'm a fighting game guy, but I'm not so much of a Marvel versus Capcom style guy. But this is making me really excited for this game. Like, it's literally the Dragon Ball Z game I always wanted as a kid.
Yeah.
Like, I like the Budokai games, don't get me wrong, but they're not, like, real fighters in like, a traditional sense.
Yeah, and everything after Budokai is kind of crap.
And then everything after Budokai kind of sucks shit.
Yeah.
But this is the 3v3 Dragon Ball Z game that I wanted. 2D, 2.5D plane. None of the no bullshit, no capsules, no super forms. Just good old fashioned kick the shit out of your opponent.
Yeah.
Supers and everything. Assists and oh my god, it looks great. I just really want to get into that closed beta that's going on during the summer.
Yeah, I'm sure this is going to bring Arxis back. Maybe we can play, what do you call it, Blaze Blue not in parking lots anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Although one thing that was running through my head before we started the podcast in regards to Dragon Ball FighterZ, would you be for or against a Naruto Arc System Works fighter in the style of Dragon Ball FighterZ? Because I mean, as much as we both hate Naruto, I will agree. I do want a good Naruto fighting game.
Not yet. And by that I mean there's more fighters that deserve this more than Naruto.
Yeah, I'm not saying do it right now, like right after Dragon Ball FighterZ. I'm just saying, would you eventually want something like that if it was a possibility?
Probably, yeah, but like, I'd rather have a Rurouni Kenshin fighter first than like Naruto, you know?
Yeah. Again, Naruto would be on the back burner. It wouldn't be something immediate.
Yeah, it'd be for a while, like 10 years from now maybe.
Yeah, when all hope is actually lost.
Yeah, when we've reached the bottom of the barrel.
When Boruto finally ends.
Yeah.
And by that, I mean the manga ends, not the anime.
The mangas are not written by Kishimoto, right?
I don't think they're written by him anymore.
Because, like, I remember reading up, like, how the manga's really weird with how they portray, like, Sarada and stuff.
I think somebody else is writing it now. I believe so.
Yeah, because
not 100% sure on that.
Yeah, like the first Boruto movie, I'm pretty sure was written by Kishimoto, but like everything else is not.
Yeah.
I haven't watched any Boruto, so yeah.
I haven't watched it either. From people I've talked to who have been watching it, they're saying it ranges from okay to actually really good. So I definitely got to check it out for myself. But...
Hey man, good Naruto, I'll believe it when I see it.
I mean, okay, again, we can be as hyperbolic as we want, but Naruto started off good.
Yeah, it started off good for shonen, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it was okay for the first part, and then, you know, Shippuden happened.
Yeah. And then everything went downhill from there.
Yeah. But moving on from weeb games, let's move into more weeb games. Capcom confirms that Montel Hunt. What the fuck did I just say?
Montel Huntel.
Montel Huntel. Jesus Christ, what the fuck's wrong with me?
Montel Huntel
Monster Hunt.
Twintel.
Yeah, Montel Huntel Twintel. Monster Hunter Fucking hell, I just did it again. Monster Hunter Double Cross is not coming to Western countries. So if you want to play this game in any Western country, you're going to have to import the Japanese copy or go on the Japanese eShop and buy it through that.
Yeah, time for Monster Hunter 3 3G situation again.
Yeah, and I guess as a makeup for this, we're getting Monster Hunter Worlds in the West.
And like
But
World
it's
is
not- but
basically
it's not-
MH5. Like
Yeah, which is basically Monster Hunter 5.
yeah, like let's not be around the bush. It's basically a Monster Hunter 5.
Yeah, they can deny it all they want, but it's
No,
Monster Hunter
they
5.
pretty much say it's basically Monster Hunter 5.
Oh, they just pretty much come out and just say, yeah, it's Monster Hunter 5?
Yeah,
Okay. Or excuse me, Montel Hunter 5.
yeah.
But yeah, I'm imagining they're just going to be having Double Cross exclusive to Japan. Monster Hunter 5 is going to be for Western audiences, and then we're eventually like next year or like later this year, they're going to announce like another Monster Hunter game.
Well,
exclusively
I'm
for
assuming
Switch.
when the when 3DS dies, they're gonna go Monster Hunter for the Switch.
Yeah, most likely.
But since the 3DS is not dead in Japan yet, yeah.
Well, it's not really dead in the East, and not the East. The
Give
West
it a
either.
few years.
I mean, yeah, eventually it's got to kick the bucket. Yes,
Yeah.
but so far it's still trucking along. Which actually, just when I take the time, I actually read an article that apparently states that 50% of Nintendo's revenue is coming from the 3DS.
That's kind of nuts considering like it's just
Considering
affordable.
it's 6
Yeah,
years
it's
old.
like how
yeah,
old
it's
is
6
it?
years old. Yeah, it's 6 years old. Like Jesus.
Yeah, before I was in high school, man.
I mean, that's really good. Like that's really good for the handheld, but it's like goddamn.
Yeah, that's like before I was high school. Like
That just proves that how strong the 3DS is and how shit the Wii U was.
yeah, Nintendo really botched the marketing.
Yeah, they really fucked up the Wii U, which is why I'm so glad that they didn't fuck up the Switch.
Hey man, give it. You can't. It's not safe to say that yet. You know,
Allegedly, they didn't fuck up the Switch.
it might be next year we'll find out that no, everything's messed up.
Oh, speaking of next year, thank you for bringing that up. There was recently an interview with Reggie stating that Metroid Prime 4 and the next Pokemon RPG are scheduled for 2018.
Okay. I don't know if I buy this because like we haven't even. It just said the Metroid Prime 4 is now in development, right? We haven't seen a single screenshot of Prime 4. Not even concept art.
True, but at the same time, I don't get me wrong, I'm not expecting it in 2018 either. I'm expecting them both to get delayed. However, keep in mind, just because they say it's now in development doesn't mean that they literally just started development. They could have just told us that yeah, it's in development now, but for all we know, they could have been working on it longer and they just chose not to show anything. We don't know.
I guess, but like
Like I said, I'm not getting my hopes up for it. I'm just saying, like, as a business, they could have done
Yeah,
that. You never know.
I'll believe it when I see it. You know.
Because because people were getting hyped off of just the fact that we know that they exist.
Yeah.
So imagine how hyped that we're gonna be like when we see it. Like we might even see it like later this year in a direct or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be some shit, you know.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not expecting it to happen, but you never know.
Yeah. Well, for Pokemon though, I don't believe this for a second, you know.
Oh, Pokemon is like Metroid. I can say maybe. Pokemon, I explicitly believe that's not gonna come out in 2018, no matter what they say.
Like when you think about it, right, a game the size of Pokemon will take a while to actually make, like in more than 2 years.
Especially if they're really like taking this from ground up from the Switch.
Yeah, especially
yes.
if they're going for like actual high definition graphics, you know.
Yeah, if they're not using the 3DS game as like a basis and they're just making completely new models and everything like that.
Yeah.
Then yeah, it might take a while. Because remember, this is the first real console Pokemon that we've actually get.
Yeah, this is the first time Game Freak has actually had to like, you know, put some effort into Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly. So again, hopefully, like we can hope. I still don't believe it. But moving on from that, There was an article about modders putting in the Mario capture feature from Mario Odyssey, where he possesses enemies and objects. They've been adding that. They added that into Super Mario 64.
Yeah, I remember seeing that video, and I also saw a couple of videos from that same modder, and like this guy's done some really weird stuff with the game. Like,
How so?
like I need to show you a video. I forgot I don't have the video with me, but like he's done some really interesting stuff to say the least. Fidget spinner 64.
Wait, what?
I'll send you the video afterwards. Trust me.
please do, because I need to see.
I gotta actually find it first, but like.
Yeah, like we could just keep talking about like the news while you do that. But moving on from that, COD 4 Modern Warfare Remastered has been officially released standalone, despite the fact that Infinity Ward stated a couple months ago that saying, "Oh no, we'll never release a standalone." Not that anybody believed them, but you know.
In other words, Infinity Ward said, "Please buy the game. We like money."
Yes. But considering the fact that a lot of people were upset at the fact that they added all those microtransactions and loot box features, a lot of people are choosing to pass on this rather than get it.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I can't really blame them, because
Loot boxes are the devil.
You didn't need to add all that shit to a perfectly fine game, but you just did it anyway, so yeah.
In other words, loot boxes are the devil.
Tell that to Overwatch.
Speaking of Overwatch, yeah, Overwatch loot box changes incoming.
Yeah, so Blizzard has officially confirmed that they'll be changing the Overwatch loot box system, and they'll be giving more money for duplicate items, and they're also going to be decreasing the amount of duplicates that you can actually get. So it took them fucking long enough, but at least they're doing something about it. So, you know, hats off to them, I guess.
Yeah. It seems that they actually kind of noticed that people are a bit upset that, like, yeah.
Upset at the fact that they basically get nothing every time they open a loot box.
Yeah. Now all you gotta do, instead of getting 2 duplicates, you'll get 1 duplicate.
Yeah, exactly. And you'll get 10 more coins for it.
Please be excited.
Boy. Please be excited. Speaking of being excited, Sega has confirmed a new service called Sega Forever, which is going to be bringing games from the Genesis all the way up to the Dreamcast era, games to mobile, with ads.
With ads, oh. Is it free at least then?
Yes, it's free. That's why there's ads.
Yeah. Like, if it wasn't free, then I'm like, okay, this is not a good idea. But if it was free, then
yeah,
I'm like,
if it wasn't free and they were charging ads, then they'd have to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's nice and all, but I'm just finding myself not caring so much because I don't play games on mobile. So,
yeah,
like if they brought this to consoles, I'd care a lot. But it's like until then, I just don't really care.
It's just that like I can't imagine playing something like Sonic on a mobile phone. You know,
on a mobile screen or like even a tablet, even though it's bigger, there's still touchscreen controls involved with that.
Yeah,
it's just, no
like
thanks.
I just can't play Sonic or anything like that. Any platformer.
Yeah, I like I said, cool idea, but if you brought it to consoles, I would care a hell of a lot more.
Yeah.
If you want to charge money on it for consoles, I mean, that's fair enough, I guess. But, you know.
But that's why they have the Sega Collection stuff, you know?
Yeah. Also, you know, going back for a second, about how disgusting Infinity Ward is with the loot box system and the random weapon drops and all that in Modern Warfare Remastered. Can you think of anything else in the recent gaming news that would be classified as disgusting?
I think I know what you're talking about. So,
yeah.
You mean how the guy who's working on MVCI called Chun-Li's face disgusting?
And if we're going to be taking it from the direct quote from Michael Evans during an interview about Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, he says, and I quote, the interviewer asks, "So let's return to Chun-Li's face for a moment. How are you guys thinking about that due to the widespread negative response?" And Michael Evans is quoted saying, "I never wanted to look at it again."
You know what?
Jesus Christ.
Here's the thing, right? As bad as Chun-Li's face is in this game, Dante's face is even worse.
So yeah, somehow it's worse.
And for some reason, Cap looks like a super roided out, like,
Oh well,
Yeah.
no, they're just basing that off the comics.
Well, he wasn't that roided out of the comics, but like.
You haven't seen that one image from the comics, have you?
Oh, I think I think I know what you're talking about. The one where he has the huge chest, right?
Yes, they're just basing that off of that. Don't worry
Yeah,
about
the
it.
Ultimates was a weird time, man. The Ultimates was a weird time.
Oh man, I mean, like to be play devil's advocate about it. Obviously, when you're playing the game, it's not gonna look that bad because again, you're gonna be playing the game on a 2.5D plane, and you're not gonna be having time to be staring at their faces while you're playing the game like that in the middle of a heated battle. But it's just like, come on, you had it perfectly fine in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. What the fuck happened?
Hell, they had it perfectly fine in Street Fighter V.
Yeah, in Street Fighter 5. So what the fuck happened?
Like, it's not just Chun-Li though. It's also Morgan. She somehow doesn't look hot anymore.
To be fair, a lot of characters on the Capcom side in this game look really bad for some reason. Like Chris looks like really fucking tired. Dante looks coked out. Chun-Li just has like a melting face. Morgan, I don't even know what the fuck they did to her.
Yeah, somehow they made Morgan not hot. That's yeah.
That's hard to do.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
really hard to do.
Hey, I played Darkstalkers a few days ago, and it's like, yeah, there's a big difference.
Yeah, like I just don't like. My question is just what happened. Like
Marvel want money, Disney money.
Like, did nobody just stop and think, yeah, these look really fucked up?
Hey man, Disney gave the money for Disney characters. You know?
I guess so, but it's just like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. Can you fix that post launch? I mean, I assume you
Is this
can
coming
through
out
a
for
patch,
PC?
I guess. Well, yes.
Modders will fix it then.
Yeah, modders will fix it, but like people on console are shit out of luck.
Well, modders, I'm pretty sure modders are actually going to do more than just fix it. You know?
Honestly, they'll probably just take Chun-Li's Super Street Fighter 5 model and just port it into this game and be done
Yeah.
with it.
Wait, did Super Street Fighter 5 actually get announced yet?
No, sorry. I meant to say Street Fighter 5, not Super Street Fighter 5.
Wasn't there a rumor going around that Super Street Fighter 5 is going to be announced soon, though?
Yeah, there was a rumor about that, but nothing ever came of it. Yet.
Capcom, please.
Capcom, what the fuck are you doing?
There's also the fact that, speaking of Capcom, I know this might not be on the docket list, but Itsuno confirmed that like his next game is good in development, so I'm just hoping DMC5.
Let's hope.
Yeah.
A man can dream.
If it just turns out it's DMC2, then I'm gonna be very salty. You'll feel my salt from where you are right now.
I'm literally gonna come to your house and you're literally gonna be clinging to the wall.
Yeah, I'm gonna be. You just see me, and in my room there's just be piles of salt everywhere.
I could see you just you just shoveling salt into your room.
Yeah.
As people walk by, and you're just like, don't mind me.
Yeah, I need the salt to deal with the pain.
Oh, but moving on from Ramon's overdose of salt. The Final Fantasy XIV Director states that he wants the game on Nintendo Switch and Xbox One, but only if he can get crossplay up and running on the games. And considering we know how Sony is with that, the answer of that is most likely no.
Well, they can probably get crossplay with the PC, to be honest.
They could get crossplay with PC, but I think in the article he states he wanted crossplay between consoles.
Oh.
I mean, Switch and Xbox One could always have crossplay together, so I mean, that's not so bad. It's just, everything else.
Yeah. It'd be cool to see, though. Although I think, like, if we had, like, a tablet controller like the Wii U, it would probably be better, because, like, MMOs would probably play better with, like, a Wii U style thing, for the more skills and stuff.
Don't you dare bring up the word Wii U in my presence, sir.
Hey, man, we just brought it up, like, 30 minutes ago.
That name is lost on me.
But yeah, MMOs.
Yeah, but I mean, it'd be cool if it was on Switch and Xbox One. That'd be fine. I mean,
I just don't know how like people would deal with
but...
like the whole subscription model, because like you don't see many MMOs on a Nintendo console.
Very true. You don't. We'll have to see if anything comes of that. I doubt anything will, but you never know.
Yeah, unless they go like Black Desert Online style, where it's like a one-time payment. But I don't think Square Enix would be willing to do that.
Yeah, I highly doubt that. And finally on the docket, we've got the confirmation of a Metroid 2 Samus Returns Special Edition, and it looks fucking
You know what?
amazing.
We haven't even talked about Metroid 2 Samus Returns, because legitimately, we talked about Metroid Prime 4 on the E3 cast, and then like minutes after our podcast was over, it got announced.
Literally minutes after we finished, Metroid 2 Samus Returns got announced out of nowhere, and we just sat there like, what the fuck?
I can't believe it got announced on a stream. Like, it wasn't even announced in the conference. It got announced on a live stream.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. It's just like it's cool. It's like, don't get me wrong, I am super happy that game exists. But why on a stream and not on the direct?
And like they had 10 minutes left over to add stuff in because the direct was only 20 minutes.
Yeah, it was only 25 minutes long. They had like 5 extra minutes to show that off, and they're just like, nah.
Like, imagine how hyped people would have gotten.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, hold on, one more thing. We know you Metroid fans have been waiting for a game, so here's something to tide you over. And then just drop Metroid 2.
Yeah.
People would have freaked their shit.
Like, this is basically legit official AM2R, honestly.
Yeah, this is pretty much the official version of that game.
It's why AM2R died.
Which is why AM2R died. I say died in quotes there because, like, they did let the game release.
Yeah.
And then killed it.
I still have a copy of it.
Yeah, I got a copy on my laptop and my desktop, so.
Yeah. I saved it to a USB just in case.
Nintendo can't get me now.
Yeah.
Nintendo can't stop you if you hide under the sheets.
But yeah,
so
AM2,
yeah,
Metroid 2 actually looks really good. It's surprising because it's made by Mercury Steam, so.
Yeah, which a lot of people were worried about, but the game actually looks grand so far. So you know, it's bittersweet because I'm so happy that we're getting a Metroid game, but I'm so sad that it's on 3DS because now I got to pick up my 3DS again.
Is it for 3DS or just new 3DS?
It's for 3DS.
Oh, okay.
I haven't played my 3DS in like months, dude.
Well,
like,
I haven't touched my 3DS in a month because I can't. I don't have my charger anymore. It's like my 3DS is just sitting there with no battery.
Did you just never bother to get that fixed?
Here's the thing, right? Like, I don't know where my charger went, so I just don't care anymore. Like, I could go and get a new charger, but I just don't care enough to do that.
At this point, you're just looking into the horizon for a Switch, right?
Yeah. Like, I might get a charger because I have like a couple games I might want to play on there, but like, I don't really care.
Well, in the case that you don't do that, you better be prepared to pay $400 for a Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, but there's no way I can transfer like the virtual console games I have.
No, because Nintendo.
Yeah. So. And I was in like the ambassador program, so I got a bunch of like good GBA games on there, but like, I can go without Fire Emblem, I guess.
The dream is die. The dream are die.
Yeah. Speaking of Fire Emblem Warriors, it's made by Omega Force, right?
Isn't it made by Team Ninja again?
No, isn't it by Omega Force? Like the guys who made Berserk Muso and Zelda Muso?
Is it?
I'm pretty sure. Because like I remember looking at the horses, I'm like, yeah, that looks like the horses in Berserk Muso.
It's being made by... Fuck, it doesn't say anything. Hold on a minute, let me go to the wiki. Fire Emblem Warriors is a collaboration between Intelligent Systems and Koei Tecmo Studios and Omega Force. Yeah, Omega Force and Team Ninja.
Yeah, I hope they just don't like mess it up like they did Berserk Muso, because like, wow, that wasn't good.
You said they also made Hyrule Warriors?
Yeah.
Well, Hyrule Warriors was good.
Well, yeah, but like, Berserk Muso was their latest game, I guess, so I'm basing it off that.
Fair enough. So yeah, that's pretty much all the news we could gather for this week. And then as I say this, some major Nintendo bombs about to be dropped 2 minutes after we're done recording the podcast.
I'm checking Gaff just in case.
Yeah, always a good thing to do. Check Gaff right before we finish, just to make sure we're not missing anything.
Yeah, Destiny 1 losing Trials of Rises. I don't even know what that is. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't play Destiny myself. So.
Yeah, neither do I. But hey, what do you call it? That game from BioWare. I forget what it's called. Shit, what was it called?
You know that game with the thing.
Yeah. What was it called? It actually looks pretty good. Anthem, I think it was called.
Oh! You mean that game that looks the game that looks like
Looks like Destiny a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, that game.
Anthem, I think it was called. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So I might get
that.
that.
That game actually looks pretty cool.
Because like at least BioWare's good with their stories.
Yeah.
Or at least decent, I guess.
It's 50-50.
Yeah.
You know, depending on their mood.
Yeah, depending on how much money they have and how much time they have.
And how many fucks they give.
Yeah.
Alright, well, that pretty much wraps up the podcast for this week. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll catch you next time. We gotta go bitch some more on the internet about video games.
Remember, fuck Sasuke.
And fix Chun-Li.
But fuck Sasuke, though.